Hey guys, welcome back to the farm. Hey, old man Winter paid us a little visit here in Michigan. Got a little bit of snow, crispy this morning. Right now it's about 20, feels like 20. Heck of a breeze is what the chill is. That sun kind of got it turned into mud, but she's gonna freeze back up again tonight. I probably don't say this enough, but thanks for stopping in, following along on the journey. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I learned probably just as much from you as some of you guys do from me. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We've got something happening. The high moisture grain silo, we're gonna empty it. First time and since she's been built. This is a reman built, oh, it's probably 15, 20 years ago. This is a solid silo, but I wanna get away from high moisture corn. The way we do this, we fill it pretty quick. You know, the filling's not really the problem, but it's the fact that we're not doing it well enough. We're grinding it with an old recutter blower. Some of my best videos of us filling this with the semi right here, using the combine and the grain cart. High moisture grain there. I had the nutritionist out and he tested and sampled their manure. And we figured they're crapping out about a third of the grain that we're putting in there. So we're just kind of wasting it. I got rid of these 4 other silos here, quit using them. Tore that second one down. If you've been following along on the journey, this spring, switched from all silos to all bags in a matter of about a year. That's the last one. Now that silo, I'm not concerned of it falling over. Some of these other ones are getting a little brittle. That's a solid silo, but high moisture corn is pretty dangerous when you start cracking that corn. I mean, they make fuel out of it. It's like it lets off a gas or some type of something, and it'll kill you. So I elected to get away from that silo. I'm lucky I've got 2 brothers that let me and support me, although it takes some pretty good communication, negotiation skills to make things happen. They're gonna let me try and bring in dry corn. We're gonna bank the corn through our feed company, about 15,000 bushel in total. I plan on cementing a bay over here. Here's where we took that silo off in that door. I've actually got to put a roll-up door in there. I haven't done it yet. Winter kind of blew in on me. They're just giving us, old man Winter's giving us just a taste right now. It's gonna warm back up later in the week, but I've got a door on order here. Like today, I'd probably have that door down, but hey, belt feeder started getting torn out. I'll show you that here towards the end of the video, but here's the bay, and I've been talking about this for probably a good year now. How to get rid of that last silo. A lot of you guys comment, a lot of you dairy guys, you know, you can put that in a bag. I don't really want another bag out there. I've got, what, 12 of them as it is. I don't want a high moisture bag. The animals like to dig in them, from what I'm being told. I've talked to a lot of different guys, and the benefit of dry corn is it's very consistent. And with the high moisture, depending on the moisture of it, last year it was dry. This year it's high in moisture. It would be the year to fill it. I told my brothers this. I talked to them pretty openly. I said the devil's trying to test me. He's trying to get me to fill that silo again. But this would be the year to do it. So in turn, I'm banking that corn. I had to pay to get it dried down, where you wouldn't have had to pay it. You would have just put it up. But if you're not grinding it properly, you're wasting about a third of it anyway. So taking into consideration, we're going to pour a slab here, and I'm going to line this barn here in bunks. And the feed man's going to come, and he's augering me in some tons of ground corn mixed with my mineral and my salt. And as I'm feeding TMR, filling it, I'll come wheeling in here, get my scoop, probably 600-700 pounds max, dump it in last, get it mixed in. I don't know, get some of you guys' feedback on how many of you guys feed dry corn or high moisture, but the thing about the dry corn, the way I'm doing this in that silo, and I told my brothers this is, and there's my bike. I've been riding my bike. It was a chilly one this morning, but you know what? It's only chilly for the first minute, then you get pumping. But back on the subject, economically, this is probably not the best way to do it. Feed-wise for the cattle, it's one of the better ways, I think. But economically, you got your corn put in a silo. Now, physically, or for the farmer's health, this is 1,000% safer than what I'm getting away from. So that's the kind of theme I'm on. I know a lot of you guys are going to say, well, you're still using bowls and you're still doing a lot. You're right. I still got to address that issue, but the feeding issue was my main thing, and I've come a long way. Feeding out of conveyors, 5 different silos, silo and loaders, 2 belt feeders, and I was doing it because I'm still pretty young, and I was a lot younger when I started doing it, but conveyors were wore out. I was going to have to replace them. It was time for a change, and I'll tell you what, it's been a year and a half since I did it. I haven't felt any better. I don't miss them silos one bit. You know, when I first transitioned to it, I bought a mixer, put the feed on the ground, and I didn't have that silo out of the way yet. So I had to still, and I'll try to show video clips of this, I was pulling that mixer right up here. There was a conveyor, and I remember I was fighting. Heck of a wind gust come through here. You can hear it right now, but this is nothing today. This ain't even really. Middle of winter, fighting the snow. I remember looking back some of these videos. I got it done. I knew I was going to get the silo tore down, and I go in and dump it. It takes like six minutes now. Opposed to me like just trickling it out of that Lucknow mixer. I was just barely trickling it to get it on them belt feeders, and it was taking me 30 minutes out here, and I was checking the mixer, and I was kind of around the PTO and the conveyor. I just done it for so long. You don't realize just how dangerous that kind of situation is. And going up and changing doors, and I'm not trying to get soft on you guys, but if you want to be able to take this farm to the next level like we do, you got to be alive to do it. Number one, you just got to eliminate as many risks as possible. And although that's going to cost us a little bit of money to bring in, I mean, it's going to be my corn, but I'm going to be paying for grinding and delivery. It's not going to be cheap. We're going to be alive to fight another day. Before it got muddy and froze, we had all our corn out here still. I emptied my second to last ag bag of corn silage. I used a skid steer and flopped it up, and now I'm down to my last bag of 2024 corn silage. Corn silage is good, but what's really helping these cows milk now is that haylage. We put up some really good on the wetter side. They milk real well on the wetter side of haylage. So that's what I got going, filling in that mixer. Here's that corn silage from last year. The last bag, looking pretty good. Right on the edge of the field here. Bag site turned out pretty good. I mean, you have your ups and downs with it, but really this is the first year of this dirt being uncovered. So it'll flatten it out, and when it freezes for the winter, it'll firm up. And here's the haylage I'm in. This is this year's first cutting. I swear to you, man, we chopped it so right that it looks like it's second cutting or third cutting. Nutritionist came out and checked it, and he said, man, that stuff is dynamite, and the cows are really turning it on because of it. I feed about half hay, half corn silage in the TMR with about 10% of the grain mixed in. And don't get me wrong, these bags at times, I mean, look at them. There's a bunch of them out here. They're a pain in the butt. It's you think putting bags up, I suppose the silos is going to be tenfold easier, you're dreaming. I mean, there's just no easy way to feed cattle. Just pick your poison. This I can handle. This I can teach a young guy to do. This I could potentially do when I'm an old man. I mean, getting in a loader and learning how to scoop it out, and to show a kid to really master them silos, it could be done, but you got that risk factor, the danger factor, being up in the air, changing doors, slipping. Now, granted, I've done it, and I'm here to tell the story, but I lost a guy in one of them silos 15 years ago. And I think about it all the time. So let me tell you, It can happen. And my dad or my grandfather had a guy fall from that first silo, that cement one. I came down, there was an auger set up underneath, landed on the augers, broke his legs. This had probably hundreds, thousands of stories like that. With the invention of the internet, you're just seeing them come light. I mean, these things are toppling over every fall. Guys are filling with corn silage, and that silage is trying to settle. And for some, whatever it is, it finds its weak point, and then she just goes over. I think I saw 4 on Facebook this year, because there's all these dairy sites on there. And make no mistake, if not this year or the next few years, if we would have never switched away from this, that was going to be me. There was going to be another death, because if you don't fix or do something different from the situation that already happened, say like a death or an injury, history will repeat itself. That's just how it works. You got to believe that. So I said, you know what? I'm done with them. I want to get that one torn down next and cut another roll-up door in the feed barn. It'd be good for another access, but it would also be good for ventilation and light. You see how kind of dark it is in there right now? Well, you can imagine how dark it'd be if that hole wasn't cut in there. It was too dark in there, and down the road, I'd like to take this big boy down. She's cement, so that's not going to be an easy task. So that's the plan. Concrete this hopefully next week. Get some dried corn in there, because I probably got to the end of mid-December of grain left in there, and I can start mixing it in there, or I'm definitely going to empty that silo out. So no high moisture grain, no problem. We're bringing in the dry corn, and long term, I think it'll be better for the cows. Long term, it's going to be 1,000 times safer for the farmer, and that's my concern. I mean, look at this. Look at this ice. She got frigid, so the belt feeders started getting taken out. I don't want to get too loud here, but yeah, they're looking to feed up pretty good. And you're right, a lot of you guys said, when are you going to turn the belt feeders out? You'd think it'd be easier when you go to feed. Big time. I took a post out here, I lay it down right here. Now look at that cow. She's already getting her winter coat on right then and there. But man, you don't realize how much that really like impeded your vision of, whoa, hang on girls, I almost slipped. Impeded your vision and all that. So yeah, I need a door put in there ASAP. It's got on order. Old man winter kind of jumped the gun on us, but we'll get it. Cows look good. They're, like I said, they're eating, that hay is just carrying them through, high in protein. But belt feeders coming out. I got this barn buttoned up. If you remember, we redid three sides of this freestall barn, Grandpa's 1964 original. It was last spring, late winter. She's shut up. A lot of cows are standing out here. Look at her, she's feeling good. A lot of cows are standing out here because the sun. I love that sun. I'm feeling some wind. So that's the new style of feeding now. Get rid of the belt feeders. I do a direct dump, come in, and I'll turn right here, and I lay it back in there. One other thing I want to do before, well, at some point when we get caught up, I am going to put a liner in this, and I want you guys to hold me to it. I'm going to probably take these posts out so I got to torch the rest of them nubs, but I'm going to lay a, basically it's a truck liner. I know where I can get it. We're going to have to bolt it, drill through the concrete and bolt it right in there, but you put a liner in there, they're going to love it. Just like there's a liner in that other bunk, they absolutely love it. Well, guys, that is your feeding, that's your feeding update. Yeah, that's the other end of the barn that they kind of, there was one door centered, so they put 3 sliders and some of that clear plastic, but I got her shut right up. And well, they did this side too. They put the plastic in there, just extra light. I knew this would be the time of the year because it gets dark early. I'm gonna head home. There's your feeding update. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. If you think I'm gonna like the dry corn, if you think I'm making a big mistake, it's gonna cost me a little bit of money. But I just think the safety factor and the benefit for the cows long term is the way to go. We're gonna head home. I'm gonna show you a project I did last week before this weather kicked in, and we'll see how you like it. Okay, here we are. Here we are, home sweet home. I got an asphalt driveway. This was not planned. I'm the kind of guy that likes to plan a lot of things out. I also got something in me kind of like my dad. If the right opportunity presents itself, I know how to pull the trigger. So I had a guy pull in here, asphalt company out of Clarkston, Michigan, doing a big parking lot over there in K-Pac. And he says, we're finishing up, we got an extra load. We'll give you a discounted rate. We're over at the farm. I said, well, all right. By the time I talk to all them guys and see what's gonna happen over there, where they would want it, so I got a better idea. Why don't you head over to my house? So we drove, and he said he had enough for about a 10-foot approach. And I said, hey, I'll take it, you know, I'll do an approach here. Driveway was in good shape to begin with. Hard base, you know, crushed concrete. So, wife comes in from getting the kids at school, and I tell her, and she's like, 10-foot approach? That's gonna look kind of stupid. You know, this is where sometimes it pays to listen to your wife. She says, 10-foot approach, see what it would cost to do the whole darn thing. I couldn't believe it. Oh, I talked about doing the driveway years past, just throwing it out there, but this was another opportunity. She says, do the whole thing. He comes back with another price, and it ended up being way too high. And at this point, the whole crew's here. They're parked on that road. They got a bunch of cones set up, and they're in here with a skid steer, and I'm talking to the foreman, and I'm talking to the owner's son. Like it just happened to be the guy was a third-generation asphalt guy. I'm a third-generation dairy farmer. You know, it's one of those deals when we had some type of a connection. I says, all right, this is what you do it for. Let me go talk to my wife. And, you know, I know we like to use that term, but I actually was going to talk to her. I've learned, don't cross her. She comes back, she says, I think we could spend this. So I came back and I cut him down probably like quite a bit. I says, we'll do it for this, or we're not going to do it all. You're going to tell you guys, get out of here. I don't want them to they were trying to grade it. And he says, Kip, you seem like a stand-up guy. That's what he said. You need any work done over at the farm? You know, any of that? Give me a gentleman's agreement. You'll hire us, and I'll do it for that. And the rest is history. So now we got a paved driveway, and the kids, man, we come out here and we ride our bikes back and forth, open this up, go out to the back. The back's concreted. Hey, did I need it? No. Am I glad I got it? You know, I like things clean around here. When you're on a farm, things can actually get kind of dicey. A lot of traffic around here. Another reason why I put this fencing up, kind of blocked me from all these people. But so yeah, that's the story on the asphalt driveway. Again, guys, thank you for coming along the journey with me. Stick around, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And many more videos to come. Veterans Day just passed. All you guys veterans out there, happy Veterans Day. I know my grandfather, my uncles, cousins, a lot of veterans, myself, a lot of veterans in the Sigler family. So proud to serve, and see you in the next video, and God bless.
Hello, this is Andy. We saw it.
He knows a dairy farmer when he sees one. Come pet him, Grant. Look at this little guy. Well, they don't, he doesn't want to see us. They got stands in here for people to sit. Almost looks like a auction spot. Go try to pet one, buddy. So.
Yesterday they had her on her head. And she came up and hit me in the so the teat is warm and squishing. It's the only way I can describe it. Warm and squishing. So if you want to come up, I'll hold you. Try again. A bill. Like a bill on a baseball game. Domestic, you know, and again, they tend to use that for more.
Yeah, old wagon wheels.